Anyway, it is Melbourne now looking to build their own dynasty, and they took another mini step towards that with a win over the Gold Coast Suns last night.
It was a hard-fought game last night, TJ.
Yeah.
You can see Christian Petrarca was good again. 38, 39 and 40 his last three games. Jack Bowie's going really well, or Bowie, whichever way you pronounce it, 34 disposals. Took Miller was brilliant again. Levi Casbolt started leading up. They started really well, the Suns. Kicked the first 2 goals. They were 15 points up early, and they were pressuring Melbourne. They were doing a really good job, but where they fell down was just the might of Melbourne and how much cleaner they were at the end of the day. Plus 86 and uncontested disposals last night, the Demons were, and they just got better looks than the Gold Coast Suns at goals, so they kicked easier goals. Gold Coast had 5 more inside 50, so no problems there. They were about 100 down on possessions, but when they actually got the ball, they used it okay, but their last entry inside 50 was pretty much a bombed entry, and they just didn't have anybody on the end of those bombs. If they had been able to use the ball a little bit smarter, they would have been able to open up the Demons a bit more, but the Demons had numbers behind the footy. They had Stephen May getting back there, multiple players. It just went back the other way, and you knew the result. Even though Gold Coast were going well, you knew that they were going to steady and they were going to get the job done by 2, 3, 4 goals, which at the end of the day they did, and Melbourne did a pretty good job, but Gold Coast were impressive.
Petrarca's had another 40 disposals, but Luke Jackson, he might be the biggest thing in the game now, in terms of you could get someone's signature. He's coming out of contract at the end of the year. It'll be this guy. I think he can play ruck, he can play ruck rover, centre-half back, centre-half forward. He can play anywhere, and he's just growing and growing in stature. And some say his ruck work is as good as Max Gawn's. So he's got everything.
Yeah, it's just the biggest luxury that you can have, because every coach is wondering, do I play 1 ruck, do I play 2? North Melbourne play 3, but you're going, well, where do you put them when they're not in the ruck? Well, you can put Gawn forward, you can put Jackson forward and equally be as good. So, yeah, if you're starting a team from scratch, Brownie, you'd probably pick him first, wouldn't you?
Exactly. The advantage he has over other ruckmen, he's not a lumbering type. He's got power off the mark, which I don't think a lot of ruckmen have.
Yeah. Brownie, the Suns got the job done last week away against West Coast. They pushed last year's premiere last night. Someone tracking really well is Noah Anderson. Maybe doesn't get the headlines that others from that particular draft year do, but you'd have to make a pretty strong case to make that anyone's tracking better than him, Lordo, in his 3rd year of football.
Yeah, and he's committed. He's so committed to the Suns as well. He's all in on that. So I think if they can get, obviously, Rouse signed, King signed, Anderson has signed, so at least there's 3 that are fully committed. Lukosius Kane was really poor last night. Rankin pulled out. They're the 2 concerns probably at the Suns.
They're the inconsistent ones, aren't they? Now, Noah Anderson didn't kick a goal last year. Whole season. He's kicked 2 last night, so if he can start adding that to his game and do what the best midfielders are doing, then he could go to another level. A man who's already at another level, Lordo touched on it, is this man, Christian Petrarca. He had 14 inside 50s, believe it or not, which is just amazing. Look, he's just at the absolute peak of his powers. He knows it. You come to tackle him, he almost laughs at you when you try and tackle him. You just can't. Look, his ability to weave through traffic and do that and deliver inside 50 is where his game has gone to an either greater level. And Brownie, you recognised him with 9.
I think he's got 6 votes from the first 2 games. Jackson, as Lordo spoke about, Took Miller had 38 again, and Bowie.
It's actually Took Miller.